Hello, and welcome to this week's installment of Tuesday Night Music. So delighted that you are here joining me. This week, I have two organ selections, and they're both hymn tune arrangements. The first is an arrangement of the hymn Just As I Am, and it's a pretty straightforward arrangement. It begins with a simple introduction, and then a French horn is used for the first iteration of the melody. And then the interlude, which is basically the introduction, takes place, and that sets up the second treatment of this hymn tune arrangement, which is the strings taking the whole idea up an octave. So it's in kind of more of a chordal or what we sometimes call closed harmonization. So it's going to sound a bit more like a choir singing. And so that iteration takes place, and then we close out the work with kind of the introduction, which now becomes the kind of the exposition there, or the conclusion of this arrangement. So I hope you enjoy it. Here is Just As I Am. I'm trying to do better about not rambling so much when I talk. So I'm going to try to kind of get in and get out so that you can get back to the music. This final selection is an arrangement of an old gospel tune. Some people know it as the Little Brown Church, and some people call it Church in the Wildwood. Either's correct, and it just depends on where you kind of pick up the title in terms of the words of the song. But this is normally an upbeat, joyous hymn. What I choose to do is kind of take my interpretation from an interpretation I heard on the Andy Griffith Show, ironically, of all places. And so I pull the tempo back a bit. I make this kind of a little more of a reflective arrangement. And what I do is my accompaniment is very simple so that it doesn't get in the way of the melody. And what I kind of do really is it's really the same kind of accompaniment pretty much all the way through. This kind of rolling, what we would call arpeggiated or broken chord idea. The melody gets presented 3 different times with 3 different voices. First with the oboe, second with the flute, and then finally with the French horns. And the French horn part is especially nice because the French horn part is harmonized where the other 2 aren't. And the French horn voice tends to lend itself very nicely to a lot of kind of close harmonization, almost the kind that you would get if, say, a soprano and an alto sang together in a duet manner, which is kind of what I was going for. So I hope you enjoy it. I get a lot of positive feedback whenever I play it, and I'm reminding myself it's been a little while, so I probably need to dust this off and bring it back into my church rotation. But here is the Little Brown Church, or Church in the Wildwood, and stay tuned after that, and I'll come back and close us out. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching this week. If you're on YouTube, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, head over to BJ Meyer Music, my Facebook page, and be sure to click the like button there. And lastly, if you like the performance and want to put some money in my virtual tip jar, go over to bjmeyermusic.com/donate. Until next week, thanks so much. Bye-bye.